So, what happens at a closing? At your mortgage closing, you meet with various legal representatives to sign your mortgage and other documents, make any required payments, and receive the keys to your new property. You give a certified or cashier's check to cover the down payment, if applicable, the closing costs, prepaid interest, the taxes, and insurance. So, from here, what are the steps required to close on a house? That's what we're going to talk about today. And to get other information on various real estate topics, subscribe to our channel.
Okay, so what is a closing? You have finished negotiations and the offer was accepted. Congratulations. Now there are a few things to take care of. You will notify your lender of the accepted offer. Your agent will then send him or her a copy of the signed sales contract to get started on your mortgage and lock in your interest rate. Your lender will then notify the title company of the offer, and your closing agent will order a title search, which is a review of public records to make sure who is the legal owner of your property being purchased. If there are any claims or judgments against the property, the title search should uncover them. These issues must be resolved for the sale to move forward. This entire process takes 30 to 45 days from when your loan begins processing, and an hour or so on the day that you sign the papers for the closing.
Okay, what is a closing? In simple terms, the home closing is the last part of a long home buying process. This is where you will sign off on the deal and transfer the last of the funds. At the end of the closing, the deed will be recorded and the home will now belong to the new buyers. The closing is handled by a neutral third-party closing agent. This may be a title company or a real estate attorney.
So, how much will it cost to close on a home? The average cost, which USA Today ran a story this year detailing the average cost of closing on a home in the U.S., and the figures aren't for the faint of heart. They reported an average of $13,357 for homes with a median value of $210,200. At this point in the home buying process, you may want to consider adding a few extra thousand yourself in preparation for any unexpected repairs or updates you may want to take care of before moving in, such as paint, new carpeting, newer doors, etc.
What documents will you need for a successful closing? In most cases, you will be in need of a cashier's check, not a personal check, for the total amount due on the settlement statement. More on this is below. This includes your down payment and the closing costs. You will also need to bring 2 forms of ID. You will find all the details of the financial transactions at the closing on the HUD-1, or closing documents they call it, provided to you by the title company a day or two before the closing. As a buyer or a seller, it's important to review the HUD-1 documents before attending the closing.
So, when will I know how much I need to bring to closing? At the time your offer is accepted, your agent will give you an estimate of your closing costs. However, as we previously mentioned, the title company will send you a HUD-1 or closing document that will show you line by line each expense as well as who is to pay what amount. So, it's helpful to review it in detail prior to closing, so you know what you are expected to pay at closing. As a buyer, you will have to pay your share of the closing costs and escrow fees at closing. As a seller, you will have to pay for some of the closing costs and escrow fees, as well as paying for items such as the real estate commission, a year home warranty for the buyer if a home warranty was offered or negotiated. Some items are prorated or split between the buyer and seller according to the length of use at closing, such as taxes, homeowners association fees if applicable, transfer stamps. Also, the buyer will want to do a walkthrough immediately before the closing or the day before to verify that the home's condition hasn't changed since the seller accepted the offer.
Who attends the closing? The buyers, the sellers, the real estate agents, the title agent, and sometimes the loan officer attend the closing. As mentioned previously, closings generally take 30 to 60 minutes to complete the signing of all the documents. Once this is all completed, and you will be given a copy of the documents that you signed and the keys to your new home. Congratulations, you're a new homeowner. Thanks for watching, and also watch our video, What is Earnest Money? And please subscribe to our channel.